it is part of our philosophy that we're not just here to grow food, we're here to grow new farmers and new farms.
Farming is such a big gamble anymore. I would say you have to say be brought up in a family that did farming to be able to hopefully provide a living for your family.
I mean, I got my hands dirty because it felt good, and just started growing things because it just made so much sense. And I mean, in every sense of that word, I mean, it felt good. It's the flavor of the products that grew from my own hands tasted wonderful. I had a better understanding of what it took to maintain myself, to be more self-reliant.
We get up, we have to be here at 8 o'clock on Saturday mornings, and we harvest all the really leafy green vegetables first before the sun comes and heats up the leaves, because that's the way they like it. And then we have some bathtubs on stilts that we use to wash all the vegetables, and then we put them in the farm stand and we make them look pretty, and people come and they sell like crazy. Producing your own food is so much better because it has so many less steps. Like, I mean, if you look at the food that's grown in the stores and you think, how many steps has this gone through? How many people were shipped across the country to grow this food, to use like machinery that was shipped across the country, that had to use fuel that was shipped across the world. I mean, there's like tons and tons and tons of different resources that are being used unnecessarily to grow food, and when people could be growing it in their own backyard or in their own community, and they could be sharing the wonderful knowledge and the friendships that are built around gardening and growing your own food.
Well, when I first got to California and I first arrived in Santa Cruz, it was like a complete culture shock to me. The first thing I noticed is that all the young people my age, in their 20s and early 30s, were really interested in farming. And I met some really wonderful young people who were farming, and they were having so much fun, and they were successful, and they had small farms. They didn't live on huge 1,000, 2,000 acre farms that you usually think of when you think of a successful, viable farm. They were farming 10 to 20 acres. They were providing food for people in the city, food for the people in their communities, and it was all organic and fresh, and they were really excited about it. And their farms were gorgeous and beautiful, and they had all kinds of things growing, not just corn and not just beans, and they were making money from it. And they weren't getting rich, obviously, but their quality of life was just so much greater than a lot of the farms that I saw where I lived. So I thought, well, I might look at farming again and maybe try to see what I can do with agriculture as a career. Direct marketing through farmers markets, that's one way farmers are making more money, and developing relationships in the community. Another way is through community-supported agriculture, CSAs, where people in the community buy a share of the farm at the beginning of the season. So they sort of assume the risk with the farmer. They pay the farmer up front, and then the farmer has that money at the beginning of the season when it's actually much better for the farmer to have the money anyway. I think that there's agricultural opportunities not just in the countryside also, but in the city as well. There's organizing communities around farmers, and that's a whole side of agriculture that I don't think we've yet tapped, is coming at agriculture from the other side, from the consumer. And what can you do as an average consumer who maybe doesn't want to farm ever? How can you support farmers and support that kind of culture that's historically such a huge part of America?
There is a whole thriving food system that has many different facets that people need to get involved with. It's not just farming. There's tons of things that people who live in urban areas can do to get connected with the farms that they need. They need to have those farms so that they can take their kids or go visit a place where there's farms, a working landscape, a place where you can say there's work going on, but there's also wildlife and nature. This is a working landscape. We want to have it within driving distance of our city. People in cities desperately need farmers because they need that connection to their food and to nature and that groundedness and that understanding of where their food comes from. But we need them as well. In this country, there used to be many farmers. Now it's only 2% of the country is farmers. There's fewer and fewer farmers, and the farm population is aging. And so we need new farmers if we want to see that those farm opportunities available in the future for young people.
If we don't learn this, who's going to teach us? I mean, if we are the future, if we're the ones who have to take control and say, this is how I want my world to run, this is how I want my earth to look, I want to be able to have trees, and I want to be able to breathe, and I want to have water that's clean and fresh, and I want to be able to eat healthy food.
Food is for all of us, and we all need it. We all have a right to have access to it.
But that's going to take education and showing people the possibilities. There's so many possibilities.